Hello and welcome to the Modern Data Stack Show. This is your host, Tustin Matthew, founder, CEO of SkyPoint Cloud. Today, I want to talk about an important topic around cloud data warehousing and analytics, cost and performance. So cloud data warehousing and analytics is a foundational capability every business needs, very similar to a CRM system or ERP system that you have in your business. A data warehouse and analytics is a very important part of your business to make day-to-day decisions. So as cloud computing has really taken over the infrastructure side of it and also tools, how do you really know, are you getting enough value for what you're paying for? So in SkyPoint, what we have is what we call it as a modern data stack platform. So what I want to do is spend some time to cover what our offering is and how it is going to bring down the cost of cloud data warehousing and analytics by at least 50%. So think of it as like a tax bill. You pay almost half of what you earn as taxes. So you're paying a tax to these cloud providers, but you're not getting the value out of it for this tax. So most of this is going for unneeded utilization of compute resources, or storage, not having the right team. So cloud data warehousing and cloud cost itself is very expensive. If you talk to a lot of CIOs and CTOs, they will come and tell you where, if you look at their budget, where the money is going. They'll tell you that most of the money is going to compute, and those compute resources are taken by data processing jobs, whether it could be paying to Snowflake or BigQuery or Redshift or SQL or whatever these are, right? So there is an article called The True Cost of Cloud. It talks about $1 trillion industry and how about 60–70% of it is going to waste. So quite a lot of it is going to the data processing. So SkyPoint, we have a mission to really figure out a way to keep the open architecture of our platform, but how do we actually bring down the cost and really create the benefit without creating opportunity cost. So you don't, as a business, have the time to assemble a team, get it all together. It takes a year, 2 years to start delivering business value. You need it now. How SkyPoint Modern Data Stack Platform is going to deliver that. So I'm going to touch on a few blogs or technology, how it is all coming together. And from our platform standpoint and our operational standpoint, as a SaaS company, how we're delivering to this promise. So if you go and Google search modern data stack, you will stumble upon quite a lot of articles and blogs around, you can DIY this, assemble a large team to do this. There's a lot of promise out there. It is trying to build a custom home yourself. Once you start it, it's a never-ending thing. So it never ends, keeps going. Then you have to remodel it, whatever, right? So you really need to think through what you're getting into before you want to get started on this as a business, especially mid-sized businesses. So when you are in the mid-size business where you're large enough, but you're not a Walmart or a Google or an Amazon, all right? So you don't have infinite resources and scale to create economies of scale. So, but you're not too small. You're not few employees and $few million of revenue, right? So you are in a place where you need really good systems and tools to run your business, but you really have no idea how do you really put this together and how you're going to compete with the big boys. Otherwise, the big boys will continue to take your business. So you don't want that. You want a fair game to your business so you can compete with these big boys and have the data and analytics and AI and machine learning to run your business the same way these big boys are running this. And it is possible. So I'm going to show you how you can actually make that happen. All right. So I'm going to share the first article here. This is obviously our website, skypointcloud.com/platform. The first article I'm going to show you is from Databricks. It talks about Databricks that's an official data warehousing performance record. So kind of cost to performance, or TPC-DS. So TPC-DS is one of the supercomputing benchmarks. So lower is better. So you can see a significant difference between Snowflake and Databricks here, which is very clear. And we've been running on Databricks platform for a while, Delta Lake, which is fully open source. I'll touch on some of those things. Databricks Spark versus Snowflake. So we might want to question, like, why you spend all this money on Snowflake? Are you getting really the value out of it? And as you continue to bring out more queries, more data, more processing power, this cost is going to continue to increase. That really doesn't mean that you're getting the value out of it. Okay. So the next one I'm going to touch on is what is the true cost of data warehousing? So obviously there's a lot of articles around it. First is the infrastructure itself. They're talking about this type of cloud infrastructure, the storage, compute, all of these kinds of stuff. And the second is a team. So do you really have the time and effort to go and assemble a data team, hire all of these data engineers, analysts, managers, and build it all together, put them all together, make sure they're happy? This is like assembling a team to build your house, right? So is that your core business? How much time and energy you want to really spend on it? Or you want to have a nimble, small enough team who can really take care of business or know your business really well? So these are the decisions you have to make. The third is opportunity cost, which is the big one. Do you have the time to assemble this team, DIY this, and get to a place where you can actually deliver value while your competition is already ahead of you? The third or fourth is the SaaS cost, which is software like Snowflake or Databricks. And the additional tooling around it, either the EL tools, reverse ETL tools, maintenance tools, governance tools. There is like a 5 catalog tools right now, Atlan to Monte Carlo, you name it, are all out there, knocking on your door to buy my thing, right? How is this going to work? How is it going to actually deliver value? Are you sure about all of this stuff? Who is actually doing all of this assessment? Does your team have the time to do all of this stuff, plus produce business value? And lastly, maintenance and engineering costs. You have to run this thing day to day, operate this, make sure it is actually running, and the security is there and the privacy is maintained, all of this. This is a full-time job. So do you have your team 24/7 doing this, right? So if you add this all up, that is the true cost of cloud when it comes to the cloud data warehousing cost. So nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to address it. They just want to sell their thing to you and make sure that you sign multi-year contracts with them, and you continue to pay. Nobody really bothers that you're getting value out of it. Okay, let's touch on this diagram from Greylock, one of the best VC firms that is out there. So LinkedIn is one of their major investors, Reid Hoffman. So let's say look at their modern data. They talk about this is the next $1 trillion industry for the next 10 years. The Lakehouse modern data stack, again, $1 trillion for the next 10 years. Look at all of these components, right? So scheduling and orchestration, you got to pull data and make sure they run these jobs, whether it could be change data capture. Again, there's a lot of promise around change data capture. Operational tools and analytics tools are very different. You really need to understand data modeling and how data is governed to understand this. You can't just pipe data from operational tools straight into analytics, and it doesn't work that way. So it has more work to do. So again, you got to ingest data, and you have to load that data into the lakehouse or your data warehouse. Make sure you're observing and monitoring your data, right? And then you have to model and transform your data to the right type of data models to consume it. That is done with tools like dbt and others. Then you need to have the right metadata catalog, where that could be data lakehouse and data warehousing. With Databricks, you have Unity catalog. Again, you run an external catalog like Apache Atlas, or third-party tools. Obviously, you need to have robust privacy and governance around your data management. This is one of your core capabilities of your business. And then you have to fire off simple SQL queries, and obviously these transformation need to create a semantic layer. That semantic layer is connected to BI tools like Power BI and other tools, Power Apps, where you can create these data apps. And lastly, you have to pipe this intelligence back to operational systems where you can make the right decisions on it. A lot of moving parts, a lot of different things. Yes, you're on Amazon, I work there. Yes, you have all the resources in the world to go do this. Perfect. But there are very, very few companies that are the size of and scope and scale of Amazon. 99% of the businesses in the world doesn't belong in that category. They're not FANG stocks. They're not FANG, they're good businesses. They're serving, like for example, healthcare, hospitality, travel, you name it, retail, all the services industries, manufacturing, so all the different departments, marketing department, HR department, supply chain, all of them requires a data warehouse and analytics to make the right type of business decisions, right? This is a fundamental need to run a business, like your accounting system, right? So, and this totally makes sense to have an open, unbundled structure where you have the flexibility to use the right tools when, and then all of this comes together. But the costing of each of these is different. You have no idea how this is going to come together. Trying to put together an estimate around how it's going to cost, a lot of open questions, right? So let me touch on our value prop here. So what we are doing is we are bringing these modern data stack tools together with our own touches and our own framework, which is called SkyPoint Studio, to kind of assemble it together without removing the open architecture capabilities. You can actually pull data from all the sources using SkyPoint's own data flow, but also you can use Fivetran or Hightouch for certain sources that we don't directly support. But since we run on an integrated framework, we watch the cost, and we have kind of centered our warehousing on Delta Lake and Databricks as a compute engine. You can obviously attach other compute engines. We intelligently choose those computers and bring down the cost to compute when it comes to queries. Following the Unity catalog architecture on multiple catalogs, and you have 3 different databases and schemas and proper architecture, and then have the right data models for different industries, whether it could be healthcare industry and others. We have those data models to really serve up these data apps very quickly. So again, you are taking the opportunity cost down so you can quickly get time to value. You don't need a large team to manage your infrastructure, or nor do you do it at all. But you can still connect tools like Power BI into a platform very quickly, still do data, we still have some models out of the platform, can still do data science and machine learning very quickly. All of this is possible, and it is significantly accelerated time to value. So we believe we can take the time to value equation, the time down by at least 80% and cost down by at least 50%. So, and truly innovating on behalf of our customers in our industries. So we know our industries. So if you go to our platform page, we call it the all-in-one solution for your data-driven organization. You want to be a data-driven company. You can't just make business decisions without data, right? So center that around the lakehouse with an open architecture, with all of this variety of tools coming together in one place. So we'll kind of show that in our different industries. We have different capability stacks. So extracting data, creating the lakehouse, the transform using tools like dbt and Spark, and getting the insights onto Power BI, so you can make quick decisions. So if you look at our platform, you can see centered around the lakehouse, which is Delta Lake open source, open platform, storage, compute is completely separate. With the open architecture, observing your data, which is very important, data observability. Having the data catalog, so obviously Lakehouse supports Unity catalog, and that Unity catalog plus additional metadata can be extended into other tools, external catalog tools like Apache Atlas and others, We provide built-in customer data platform capabilities for your marketing team, right out of the lakehouse, Customer 360 and others. EL, extract and load, and reverse ETL to push the intelligence out. Privacy compliance, very important. And data apps. We have some data apps that is built on our Power Platform, Power BI, that is utilizes a semantic layer. So for different businesses, like for example, senior care, hospitality businesses. And if you know the business and if you model your data right, it's easy to govern it and secure it. And having the right type of predictive analytics built in. So, and also ability to use ML Flow and AutoML and other open platforms out of Databricks to use it. And this unified management portal using SkyPoint Studio, which is our integrated platform. So think of it as like we are bundling, but still keeping the unbundled structure in place where you have the flexibility. Identity resolution is a very important capability in data warehousing, and especially when it comes to customer data, you have that built in. And so last but not the least, the Lakehouse SQL interface straight to the Lakehouse is very important. So you can fire off SQL queries, connect to any modern data stack tools, all of this in one place. So that kind of summarizes my thoughts here. I'll stop share around how do we actually create a framework and software assembly in such a way that we can actually bring things together, still keep an open architecture, bring the cost of data warehousing and analytics, AI and machine learning down, and reduce the opportunity cost, reduces time to value, and really accelerate this 50% reduction in overall cost, and about 80% improvement in realizing time to value, right? So, and truly innovating the next cloud data platform architecture around the modern data stack to your business and really driving the value out of it. So our mission is to bring people and data together. We'll continue to work on that mission, and every day over 100 people within SkyPoint is dedicated to this effort to bring people and data together and really drive value for your business, to drive value from data and analytics, to have your business make better decisions on a daily basis, to improve your bottom line, increase your revenue, deliver better customer experience, manage your supply chain issues, or whatever that is, right? In all different departments and within your organization, and really make your business a data-driven organization. Thank you.